Hey friends, good morning. Sifu Adalik here, Master Instructor at Niagara Kung Fu Academy, and I wanted to help you today with working on your posture and your breathing to improve your overall energy and health, especially if you're sitting a lot, right? A lot of our students, when they come in to start Kung Fu, they do so because they want to get in shape, they want to learn some really cool self-defense and whatnot. They also want to improve their focus but their general health, and they start to understand that it's not just about learning the self-defense and getting fit, but it's about improving all aspects of your life too. So I want to help you with that because you can start that even without, even before you start Kung Fu, you can start that right away by improving your posture and some of your simple habits. We say in Kung Fu that little hinges swing big doors. So I want to talk to you today about sitting. And you might have heard that they're saying now that sitting is like the new smoking, right? Meaning that sitting is very, very bad for you, just like smoking is really bad for you. But now we're waking up to the fact that sitting is so bad. And I don't really agree with that analogy entirely, that sitting is the new smoking, because your job may require you to sit for a long period of time. But your job doesn't require you to smoke 2 packs of cigarettes. So they're not really the same thing, right? But having said that though, sitting for a long time can be detrimental to your health, especially if you're not doing it properly and you're not conscious of how you're doing it. So I wanted to help you with that today with this little meditation practice, very simple meditation technique you can do. And before I start that, the kind of story about this is I was talking a while ago to a friend, a chiropractor friend of mine, and he was telling me, the body's amazing at adapting and specializing, and that's a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing too. So for example, if you're sitting all the time and you're not really engaging your back muscles and you're hunched over like this, what your body's saying is, oh, okay, I don't really need these back muscles, so I'm going to put my energy into something else, right? And that's why we have back problems later, because we have a weak back. The muscles aren't supporting us like they're supposed to be doing. So we want to be working on that, all the time. We want to keep those muscles engaged, even though we're sitting down. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, I'm going to give you a simple demonstration, kind of what I'm talking about with this sword, okay? So this sword is like you see, and now it's kind of it's not a solid sword, it's a practice sword, but it's kind of light, but you can see that it's supporting its own weight, and supporting weight, even if I put a little bit of weight on it, it's still supporting that, right? So that's like your back, supporting all your stress during the day, okay, when you're sitting down. Yeah, which is fine. If it's straight, it can handle that, no problem. But put just a little crease in that, and what happens is it doesn't support that weight anymore, right? As soon as we're not in a good structure like that, and you put any kind of bend in it, then that stress overpowers it. And we're kind of the same way. We can handle more stress and more sitting if we have a good structure. So that's what we're going to go through. Now, when we say that, we tell people to straighten up, sit up straight. What we don't want, though, this is the very tricky part, is that you tell a kid just to stand up straight, and what do you see them do? They go like this, right? And this is not sitting up straight at all. What I did was just wrench my back like that backwards. If you do that quickly, right, you might find that you're going to get a kick in your back if you're not careful. So that's not straight, right? That's just wrenching your back, and you don't want to do that either. So this meditation is really good for that, because it subtly improves your posture without putting more tension on, because we don't want to add more tension onto this. Part of the reason we accumulate stress is not only from that posture, like I showed you a second ago, but also because we're tense all the time. And tension breeds more tension, so we don't want to add tension on while you're doing this. So this is a very simple way you can do that. And for this meditation, I want you to imagine that someone up in the heavens has a fishing pole, and they're hooked in to the very top of your head, right there, okay? So they've hooked you in right there, all right? They're either got a bolt in there with a loop or something, but some kind of wire that's pulling you up all the way up to the clouds, and they're sitting there, and they're just gently reeling you up just like that. So that's what I want you to think of when you're doing this. So if you're sitting just like that, make sure you try to get your feet flat on the floor, and instead of wrenching up like that, imagine someone gradually just pulling you up, and feel yourself getting pulled up right by the top of your head just like that, okay? And you want to do that with a nice breath, a nice deep breath. So as you take a nice deep breath in, you want to feel that gradually being pulled up by that fishing pole as you breathe in. Now, it's not just about having good posture, but it's also about relaxation. So as you take a breath out, that's the better time to relax. As you breathe out, I want you to imagine that all your muscles are melting towards the floor, but you're not hunching over. So your spine is still in that position, but your muscles are all melting down. So you want to combine both of those. Okay, so nice deep breath in, and our spine is gradually and gently being lifted up. And as we breathe out, all of our muscles are melting down towards the floor. It's a very simple meditation exercise, But if you just take about 30 seconds, 1 minute or 2 minutes aside for your day, and if you're sitting at your desk, just kind of push back a little bit. If you find yourself that you're hunching over like that, just practice that. Take a nice deep breath in, get gradually pulled up by the top of your head, reeled up, and as you breathe out, all your muscles are relaxing down. You do that about 5 or 6 times, and you'll have that posture. You'll be relaxed about it though too. And then you go back to work. And after maybe half an hour, if you find yourself starting to slouch again, just go through that simple meditation exercise where you're gradually pulling yourself up by the top of the head, and then your muscles are relaxing down. When you combine that with deep breathing and relaxed breathing, remember that the body will follow. If the breathing is relaxed, the body will follow and be relaxed as well. And your mind will relax, and then your body will relax too. So you'll control that cycle. Okay? So I hope that's useful for you. And if you want to check us out and try some Kung Fu lessons in person for free, click the link that I'm going to attach below this, and you can get 2 weeks of classes, a free private lesson, and a free uniform as well. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you later.